The Outlander Season 8 trailer has finally arrived, and it has left fans in shock. In just a few minutes, the trailer teases love, loss, and the possible end of Jamie and Claire's story. Every frame feels heavy with meaning and hidden inside. The scenes are clues that may reveal how their journey will end. Could this be the season where their legendary love story reaches its final chapter? The trailer opens with a sweeping shot of Fraser's ridge. The camera captures the land in golden light, but the mood is anything but peaceful. We hear Claire's voice echoes softly, almost like a warning. Her words carry a mix of fear and determination, as if she knows the time of calm is nearly over. In the background, the sound of marching drums begins to rise. This sets the stage for a season filled with both beauty and danger. Jamie appears next. His face looks older, more worn, but his eyes still burn with strength. He stands on the porch of his home, looking out at the horizon. It feels as if he is watching not only for approaching enemies, but also for the end of his journey. His hand rests on the railing, gripping it tightly. This detail is small, but it shows how much weight he is carrying. He is a leader, a husband, a father, and yet in this moment he seems to know that time is slipping away. The trailer quickly cuts to Claire. She is inside, lit by the warm glow of firelight. But her expression is not soft or calm. She looks troubled, almost haunted. In her hands is a medical tool, and for a second, we see her covered in blood. The image is quick, but powerful. It reminds us that Claire has always been the healer, yet healing often comes with a price. The question hangs in the air: whose blood? Is it this time? Will she be forced to save someone dear to her? Or will she face the heartbreak of failing as? The trailer continues. We get flashes of the Ridge community. Families working, children running, soldiers riding in the distance. These images show us that life is moving forward, but tension is everywhere. Even the laughter of children feels fragile, as though the world around them could shatter at any moment. This is the clever way the trailer sets the tone. It reminds viewers that Outlander is not just a love story, but also a story about survival in a brutal world. Then comes the moment that silences everything. A single shot of Jamie and Claire together. They're standing close, holding each other in a way that feels desperate, as though they are afraid this could be their last embrace. Claire's head rests against Jamie's chest, and his arms hold her tightly. His expression is unreadable, but his eyes are wet with tears. This moment is not long, yet it becomes the heart of the trailer. It is a promise that no matter what happens, their bond will never break. But it is also a warning. Great love stories often come with tragic endings. Finally, the trailer closes this opening sequence with the sound of a gunshot. We do not see who fires it, nor who falls. Instead, the screen cuts to black, leaving only the echo. It is a reminder that danger is always near, and that death could arrive at any time. This is how the trailer pulls us in. It begins with beauty, moves into fear, and ends in silence. It is a masterful way of preparing us for the final season. The trailer does not waste time, reminding us that Outlander has always been, at its core, the story of Jamie and Claire. Their love has carried them through decades, wars, and heartbreak. And now in Season 8, that love feels more fragile than ever. The trailer focuses on their connection, showing us glimpses of a bond that is unbreakable, but also marked by the shadow of time. Jamie's hair is streaked with more gray, his shoulders heavier with age. Yet when he looks at Claire, his gaze is as fiery as it was when they first met. The trailer seems to whisper that his love has not faded, but his time may be running short. One of the most striking images comes when Claire is seen watching Jamie from across the ridge. She does not speak, yet her eyes say everything. There is pride in her expression, but also fear, as if she knows their days together may be numbered. In another moment, Jamie holds Claire's hands tightly, as though afraid to let go. The way the trailer lingers on this gesture is powerful. It is not just a simple touch. It feels like a promise, a vow that, whatever fate throws at them, they will face it together. Then comes a chilling voiceover. We hear Claire say softly, "No matter where time takes us, we always find each other." Her words are filled with hope, but the tone of the trailer makes them feel like a farewell. It is a line that cuts deeply, because fans know this love has survived centuries, yet destiny has never been kind to them. Could this be the writers preparing us for their last? Separation. Could this be the line that closes their story? The trailer teases moments of intimacy too. There are scenes where Jamie and Claire share quiet laughter, their hands brushing as they sit by the fire, their voices soft in the stillness of night. These are the small human moments that make their love feel eternal. Yet even here, there is an unease. The firelight flickers too strongly, the music swells a little too heavy, and the shadows in the background remind us that happiness in Outlander is always fragile. Every moment of joy feels like a borrowed gift, something that could be taken away without warning. We also see hints of Claire's struggle. In one quick cut, she is tending to Jamie, his shirt torn, his side bleeding. Her face is steady, but her hands tremble as she works to save him. It is a reminder that Claire has always fought for Jamie's life, time and time again. She has pulled him back from the edge of death more times than anyone can count. But the look in her eyes suggests that this season may ask her to face the one battle she cannot win, keeping him alive forever. Jamie's journey in the trailer is just as haunting. We hear him speak, his voice deep and steady, but with a weight it did not carry before. If this is to be my end, let it be with you. These words are brief, but they echo like a thunderclap. Jamie has always been fearless in battle, yet here he does not speak as a warrior. He speaks as a man who knows that love is worth more than victory. His acceptance of fate feels both heroic and heartbreaking, because it may be the strongest sign yet that his story is reaching its conclusion. Trailer does not confirm what will happen, but the hints are clear. Jamie and Claire's journey in Season 8 will not be about simple survival. It will be about how their love endures when the world around them collapses. Every scene, every line, every glance suggests that this may be their final chapter together. The question is not whether they love each other, it is whether that love will carry them through to the very end, or whether their ending will be one of tragic sacrifice. As powerful as Jamie and Claire's journey is, trailer makes it clear that their story does not exist in isolation. The people around them, their children, grandchildren, and allies, woven tightly into their fate. Outlander has always been about legacy, about how choices ripple across generations. And Season 8 seems to lean heavily on that theme. The trailer gives us a glimpse of Brianna and Roger, older and more grounded than when we first met them. Brianna walks with a confidence that mirrors her father, and her voice carries the same fire as her mother. There is a moment where she looks at Claire, her jaw set, her eyes filled with determination. It is a look that says she is ready to take on whatever comes, even if it means stepping into danger. The trailer suggests that Brianna may carry the weight of her parents' sacrifices, perhaps becoming the one to continue their fight when Jamie and Claire can no longer do so. Roger, too, is shown in a new light. We see him holding one of his children close, his voice whispering words of comfort, even as fear flickers in his eyes. Roger has always struggled between faith and doubt, but here he appears stronger, more resolved. The trailer frames him as a protector, a man who understands that family is worth every risk. In one striking moment, Roger is seen staring at the horizon, his hand gripping a rifle. The image is brief, but it tells us that the fight for the ridge is no longer just Jamie's battle. It is a fight that now belongs to the entire Fraser family. The grandchildren are also given small but meaningful moments, catch glimpses of their laughter, their play, their innocence. These quick shots are more than background, they remind us what is at stake. Every decision Jamie and Claire make, every danger they face, is for the sake of protecting these children. The trailer lingers on one scene in particular, Claire watching the children from a distance, her face caught between a smile and tears. It feels as though she is seeing not only her family's future, but also the fragile thread of hope that holds it all together. Beyond family, the supporting characters who have stood by Jamie and Claire are not forgotten. We see loyal friends returning, faces hardened by years of struggle, yet still ready to stand with the Frasers. A brief shot shows Ian, bow drawn, eyes narrowed, his posture fierce. His presence is not just that of a warrior, but of kin who has grown into his own strength. trailer seems to hint that Ian's loyalty will be tested, and that he may face a sacrifice of his own before the story ends. But perhaps the most haunting part of these supporting glimpses is the silence that follows them. Each cut feels deliberate, each character framed not only as part of the present, but as a piece of the legacy Jamie and Claire will leave behind. The trailer seems to ask us, when the final chapter comes, who will carry their story forward? Who will bear the memory of their love and their sacrifice? The warmth of family moments in the trailer quickly gives way to a storm of violence. Outlander has always balanced intimacy with history, love with war. And in Season 8, the shadow of conflict hangs over every frame. The trailer makes no attempt to hide that Jamie and Claire's world is on the edge of collapse. The ridge, once a symbol of safety and belonging, is shown surrounded by the crack of muskets, the thud of marching boots, and the rising smoke of burning homes. It feels as though the land itself is crying out, warning that peace can no longer last. One of the most chilling cuts shows soldiers marching through thick fog, their faces hard, their rifles gleaming in the pale light. The air feels heavy, filled with tension that no one can escape. The music swells with pounding drums, echoing the sound of battle drawing near. In this moment, the ridge does not feel like a sanctuary. It feels like a battlefield waiting to be acclaimed. The people Jamie and Claire have fought to protect are no longer safe behind their walls. The war is coming to their doorstep, and there is nowhere left to hide. The trailer hints at brutal clashes ahead. There are flashes of Jamie riding into the fray, his sword raised high, his face a mask of rage and desperation. He looks like the Highland warrior of his youth, but this time the stakes are higher. He is not only fighting for land or pride, he's fighting for the survival of his family, for the right to see another sunrise with Claire. Each strike, each roar of battle feels heavier, as if Jamie knows he cannot keep fighting forever. Claire's role in the chaos is no less haunting. We see her rushing through a makeshift medical tent, her hands soaked in blood, her eyes wide. With fear and determination, camera lingers on her trembling fingers as she struggles to save a young soldier, her breath quick and uneven. The trailer reminds us that war does not only destroy bodies on the field, it leaves scars on the ones who fight to heal. For Claire, every battle is fought twice, once with Jamie at her side, and again when she must piece back together what war has torn apart. Perhaps the most shocking moment comes in a fleeting cut. Fire spreads across a line of wooden homes, smoke rising into the night sky as families scream in panic. The ridge burns, and the faces of those running through the flames are filled with terror. This image is not just spectacle, it is a sign that nothing, not even the sanctuary Jamie and Claire built with their own hands, is safe from the violence of history. The trailer offers no comfort, no reassurance. It simply shows destruction, then cuts away, leaving the audience to imagine the devastation. The danger is not only external. The trailer teases betrayal and conflict from within. Shadowed figures seen speaking to soldiers, their face obscured, their voice filled with venom. The implication is clear. Not everyone who walks among the Frasers can be trusted. Outlander has always thrived on tension between loyalty and betrayal, and Season 8 seems ready to test the limits of that theme. The war is not just against armies in red coats. It is against enemies hidden in plain sight. All of this builds to the feeling that the final season will be more than a historical backdrop. It will be a crucible, a fire that tests every character, burning away illusions and leaving only truth. Behind, for Jamie and Claire, the danger is not just dying in battle. The danger is losing everything they built, watching their family scatter and seeing their love story swallowed by the chaos of history. The trailer does not say whether they will win or fall. It only promises that the road ahead will be soaked in blood and shadowed by loss. Every Outlander fan knows that endings have always lingered like a shadow over Jamie and Claire's love story. But in the Season 8 trailer, that shadow takes center stage. The cuts grow slower, the music heavier, and the faces of our beloved characters more haunted. It is here in these quiet yet powerful moments that the trailer dares to ask the question no one wants answered. How does a love that has survived centuries finally end? One of the most striking shots shows Jamie and Claire walking hand in hand through a field at dusk. The light is fading, the sky painted with deep shades of red and gold, as if nature itself is mourning the close of their journey. Jamie looks tired but resolute, his grip on Claire unyielding. Claire glances at him, her face soft but heavy with unspoken fear. There are no words in this scene, just silence. It feels less like a beginning and more like a farewell. Then comes a line of dialogue that chills the audience. Claire whispers, almost too softly to hear, "I cannot lose you, not now." Her voice cracks as though the weight of time is crushing her. This is not the voice of the healer, the time traveler, or the fighter. This is the voice of a woman bracing for a loss she knows she cannot stop. The trailer does not answer her plea, but the silence that follows speaks louder than any response. Jamie, too, delivers a moment that feels final. His voice, deep and steady, is heard over an image of him kneeling in prayer. "If this is to be my last fight, then let it be with her by my side." The line plays over a slow montage of battle, fire, and tears. It is not simply a vow of love, it is an admission. Jamie knows what lies ahead, and he accepts it. The audience is left wondering if these are his last words, if this is the man we have followed for 8 seasons saying goodbye before the storm takes him. The trailer teases possible visions of the future as well. A shot of Claire standing alone by a grave, her face pale, her hand clutching a rosary. Another glimpse of Brianna holding her children, tears streaming as she stares into the distance. Are these flashes of what is to come or tricks meant to mislead us? The editing is clever, giving just enough to stir fear, but never enough to confirm the truth. But the most haunting moment of all is saved for the final seconds. We see Jamie and Claire together again, their foreheads touching, their breaths mingling. Claire whispers, "Time cannot take this from us." Jamie smiles faintly, his hand brushing her cheek. Then the screen cuts to black. No music, no gunshot, no voice, just silence. It is a silence that feels like the end of a story, but also like a promise that their love will live beyond time itself. The ending tease of the trailer is not about showing us exactly what happens. It is about making us feel the weight of possibility. Will they die together, hand in hand? As lovers who defied history, will Claire be left alone once again? Forced to carry the memory of the man who defined her life? Or is there another path? One where their love is not ended, but transformed into something eternal, the trailer does not say. It simply leaves us in the dark, holding our breath and waiting for the final answers that only the last season can give. The Outlander. Season 8 trailer does not hand us answers, it hands us emotions. It stirs hope, it sparks fear, and it leaves us with the ache of knowing that Jamie and Claire's story cannot go on forever. For 8 seasons, we have seen them fight across time, across continents, and against history itself. Now, as the final chapter draws near, the trailer makes one thing certain: the ending will not be easy, but it will be unforgettable. Every frame we have seen is a reminder that Outlander has never been about grand battles alone, but about the cost of love. The ridge may burn, allies may fall, and time may separate them once more, but the true battle is whether their love can endure. In the face of destiny, Jamie and Claire have survived what no couple should ever survive yet. The silence that closes the trailer feels like a warning that even the strongest bonds may be tested one last time, for fans. This trailer is not just a glimpse of what is coming. It is an invitation to prepare for heartbreak, for triumph, and for a farewell to characters who have defined television for years. It is a reminder that endings are as powerful as beginnings, and sometimes even more so. We are not only waiting to see if Jamie and Claire live or die, we are waiting to see if their story can give us the closure we have feared and longed for since the very first season, and this is where you, the audience, come in. What do you think these final moments mean? Do you believe Jamie and Claire will find peace together at the end? Or will history pull them apart once again? Leaving us with the most tragic love story of all time, could the flashes of graves and whispered goodbyes be real, or are they deliberate misdirections to keep us guessing? Share your theories, your hopes and your fears in the comments below. This conversation belongs to all of us who have walked this journey with them. If you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into Outlander's final season, and hit the notification bell, because when episode 1 arrives, we'll be unpacking every moment, every line, and every clue about how the story will finally end. This may be the last time we see Jamie and Claire on screen, but together we can make sure their legacy lives on through every discussion, every theory, and every memory we carry with us. The trailer leaves us with silence. Its silence is never the end. Sometimes it is the space just before the most powerful words are spoken. And in Season 8, those words may be Jamie and Claire's final vow. As the trailer fades, one truth becomes clear: Outlander's final season is not just a continuation. It is a farewell. For years, Jamie and Claire have carried us through centuries, across oceans and into battles both within history and within the heart. Season 8 is not about where they will go next. It is about how their story will be remembered. The lingering images of their hands entwined, of whispered promises in the dark, and of flames rising over Fraser's ridge remind us that this tale was never meant to be ordinary. It has always been about the collision of love and fate. And now, in the last chapter, the question is no longer if they can survive, but whether survival even matters if they are forced to face the world apart. The trailer does not give us peace. It gives us unease. It gives us silence. And it gives us the weight of endings. But maybe that is the truest tribute to Jamie and Claire's journey. Great love stories do not whisper their goodbyes. They roar, they burn, and they echo long after the final page is turned. Their ending, whatever it may be, will not fade quietly. It will live in memory, in legend, and in the hearts of every fan who has walked beside them. So as we wait for Season 8, stand where Claire herself has stood so many times, caught between hope and fear, between holding on and letting go. The trailer does not promise us comfort. Instead, it dares us to watch, to feel, and to prepare for the final goodbye. And perhaps that is why Outlander has endured. It is not just a story, it is an experience that binds us to its characters. Even when time itself tries to tear them away, the last season is coming. The answers are near. And when they arrive, we may cry, we may grieve, but we will also celebrate a love story that has defied time itself. Until that moment, we carry the silence the trailer left us, and we wait for the final vow of Jamie and Claire Fraser, because their love has never been about how it ends. It has always been about how it lives on.